Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Nio. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. So today we're going to be doing a video about Nio. Is Nio stock a good buy at $61.92? Is now a good time to buy Nio stock, or should you wait to buy Nio in general? Now, let's really break it down. Nio in itself is a huge growth story. I mean, this stock is just absolutely just been growing like crazy. We're going to go over here to the 1 year chart together. And as you guys can see, last year this stock was trading around $4 a share. And honestly, if you just take a look at this, I mean, this is just a huge growth story. The stock is up over 1,000%. Looking at the 3-month chart, it's up over 100%, and even looking at the 1-month chart, it is up 30%. And a lot of people are getting kind of skeptical about Nio's growth in general. Is Nio stock growing too fast? Is Nio stock price justified? Is now a good time to buy the stock? For me personally, I'm always going to say yes, it is a good time to buy the stock, because the way that Neo's actually been growing, how fast it's been growing, how fast it's been expanding, I mean, who really knows when you'll be able to see it at these prices again. Now, I'm not saying that Neo's going to go on this realistic run all the way up without actually ever going back down. Every stock has its ups and downs, but for me, the way that Nio is growing, the way it's really tackling everything, I don't think Nio stock is going to be sitting in the $60 range for much longer. The reason I say this is because we have seen it time and time again. Nio's growth story is just unreal, and it's growing very, very quickly. And if you really take a look of what's happened so far over the last couple of months, that should speak volumes in itself. So coming early last year, Nio did public stock offering, to be able to raise capital so they can start expanding. And in December, November, we got their deliveries. We can see the consistent increase in Nio's deliveries, which is, in my opinion, one of the most important parts. Is Nio selling more cars? It is a car company. Nio sells luxury EV cars. So the most important thing to me is the actual sales of the company. And I love how I see the constant increase in Nio sales month to month. It shows that the company is growing. It shows that people are noticing Nio as a company, and it shows that people are buying Nio's cars. Now, really taking a look at it from other perspectives, aside from, Nio selling more cars, we did have Nio Day earlier in January, and on Nio Day, it was obviously a successful event. We got a look at the bigger, better battery, which is a huge catalyst in the EV game. And we got a look at their new sedan, the ET7 sedan, that Nio is actually going to be dropping, I believe, sometime next year. And the thing I love about this is because right now, Nio only sells SUVs. So really expanding their outreach by dropping a sedan is going to attract more clientele altogether. This is going to shoot Nio's stock price higher, because Nio's sales in return are essentially going to increase. Now, aside from the new sedan and the bigger, better battery, we also got a look at the self-autonomous driving technology. As that starts to commence, a lot of EV companies are racing to complete this specific technology. The reason that is because the self-autonomous driving technology is another big catalyst of the EV game. And a lot of companies, like I said, are racing to perfect the autopilot behind it. If Nio can perfect the self-autonomous driving system, then this is also going to push the stock price higher. But really looking at, what we got on Nio Day, it was very successful. I mean, the vision of the company is just absolutely amazing, and the overall vision of Nio is there. Nio's being very, very innovative. It's really taking the time to actually really just work on its kinks. It's really trying to expand in the right directions. But the thing is, and for me specifically, the reason why I think Nio stock is going to be pushed higher is because Nio is trying to make China Nio friendly. And the reason I say this is because it's not just about the new cars and, Nio trying to expand altogether. But for me, the biggest catalyst and the reason why I think Nio stock is going to be pushed higher is just due to the simple fact of the battery swap stations. This, in my personal opinion, and maybe a lot of other people's opinions as well, is the battery swap station idea is probably Nio's most innovative thing that they've actually done, and it's going to attract a lot of attention. Just recently, we did get another recent analyst upgrade. I believe his name was Martin Huang from Nomura, and basically, essentially, he put a bullish price target on Nio of about $80, and one of the reasons he did was the battery swap station idea. Essentially, how the battery swap station actually works is you essentially are driving a Nio vehicle. You will drive to the closest station. They will swap out the battery in just 3 minutes, and you are all ready to go with a fully charged battery. In my opinion, it's not only innovative, but it's super genius, it's super convenient, and that, in my opinion, is going to push Nio Stock to the next level. I love how they did unveil that on Nio Day. I think the idea is just absolutely brilliant. But really diving in, aside from what Nio's actually been presenting us, I think right now the biggest thing that a lot of people are worried about is Tesla's expansion into China, but Nio is doing a very good job. And one of the reasons why I do think people should pick up the stock right now is because Nio is experiencing large amounts of growth, and it's going to continue experiencing large amounts of growth. So just recently, like I said, backed by a lot of analyst upgrades in itself, Nio actually just started a deal in China where they don't have to put any down payment on a Nio vehicle for over a month. Now, generally speaking, in China, they do require a 15% down payment when purchasing a vehicle. The fact that Nio's like, okay, for a solid month, 0% down payment, come pick up a Nio vehicle, come pick up one of our SUVs, is not only very smart just because Tesla's expanding into China. The Model Y is a very popular car, so Nio's like, okay, for a 0% down payment, you can come try a Nio vehicle. It's not only going to boost its sales, but in my opinion, it's one of the very most brilliant marketing strategies I've probably ever seen. The fact that Nio went on a limb to actually do this is very smart, and I think it's going to help push the stock price higher, and it's also going to boost its January and February sales as well. January sales are kind of what I'm looking forward to at the end of the month here. I think January sales are going to be very, very good, and I do think that they are going to beat December deliveries. And like I said, Nio is consistently growing here. This is the best part, and that's why I think the stock is going to continue going higher, is because Nio is expanding in all the right avenues. Aside from selling more vehicles and a bunch of analyst upgrades, Nio is also trying to expand its product line. They do have plans on dropping another SUV, another sedan, and a minivan. So it goes to show that Nio is trying to basically expand its product line. They're taking on more debt so they can continue to expand at a quicker rate. Nio with plans to expand into Europe by the end of 2021 or the middle of 2021 per se. So this is also going to help boost Nio sales. So really taking a look at it from, all around, Nio stock is growing very quickly, and it's growing in the right avenues on top of perfecting the self-autonomous driving technology, putting out more cars, and really just trying to iron out the kinks in its overall company. I think Nio stock is doing very well. I do think it is worth the investment because I do see Nio stock hitting all-time highs pretty soon, and I do think that Nio stock is going to climb a lot this year as well. But aside from just Nio as a company, let's take a look at it from a different perspective. The perspective that really sits is, and why a lot more people are getting more bullish on bullish, is because basically the EV game in itself is growing very rampantly, but specifically in China. In China, the EV game is expected to grow a lot over the next couple of years and over the next decade as well, which is pushing analysts to be a little bit more bullish on Chinese EV stocks. It's not just Nio, guys, it's Li Auto and XPeng as well. The fact is, it's not just it's not just EV companies or the whole EV market growing, but China is really where the EV market is really starting to pick up. And like I said, by 2035, they're expecting like half of car sales to be electric cars. So that's very bold to say, but you have to understand too that Nio, XPeng, Li Auto, and Tesla all together have barely captured what is remaining of the Chinese EV market in China alone. I believe altogether they've only accumulated about 10%. So there's still a lot of ground to cover, which means that there's still a lot of room that Nio can grow there by capturing new clientele, by dropping new vehicles to be able to do this, and expanding into different territories. But the EV game is explosive. It's very rampant. The EV market, it has seen large amounts of growth in the year of 2020, and I don't expect anything different in 2021. I do expect large amounts of growth of Nio, Tesla, XPeng, Li Auto all together in this year as well. We have seen that Wall Street in general is getting a lot more bullish on EV stocks, and it's not for without due reason, specifically Nio, and the current highest analyst rating on Nio is $100. So really diving in a little bit deeper on that, if there's analysts that are already saying that Nio is going to go to $100, yes, that's a pretty high analyst upgrade. The fact that Nio currently sits around half that price, sitting at $60, but if you take a look at it from a bigger perspective, is it really unwarranted? Because Nio is experiencing large amounts of growth, and there's also a lot of big-time investors who are pushing up their price targets for Nio. JP Morgan raised their price analyst target to $75, and we just got one from the guy from Nomura, Martin Huang. He put a $80 price tag on Nio, and currently sitting, we do have a $100 price tag on Nio. those are pretty high analyst upgrades, but these guys have been doing this stuff for a very long time, so there's probably reasons why they're putting so many high analyst upgrades on Nio. They know something big is coming, and they know that the EV market is growing, and it's going to continue to grow for a very long time. This is why I do think people should be picking up Nio Stock, $61.92. I don't think people should actually wait to pick up Nio Stock. Now, obviously, everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion, but really diving in is just Nio is going to be growing a lot this year. I advise people to take the opportunity, buy Nio Stock. It is worth the investment. I do see Nio Stock hitting all-time highs in this year alone. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of Nio Stock. Do you think Nio Stock is worth a buy, $61.92?